Hello, everyone, and welcome to Potential Within. Today's message is about seeing through the fog, but I'm being given the understanding that this is a more specific and direct message to somebody out there. And luckily, I don't have a ton of people at the moment for all of you out there that have watched before. So if you're somebody who's been here already a little bit, I think this might be more geared towards you, but there's always benefit for everybody. So Spirit saying, take what resonates, but okay, no, it's funny. They don't like that saying. That's not it. There's always something for everybody, is what I'm hearing. There's always something for everybody, but there's some specifics to this that about seeing through this fog. So we can apply like most things. It can be personal, but it can also be collective. And there is certainly a lot of fog going around in the collective and in general, and it's coming to light. So it's important that we are registering what we are seeing and using that discernment. Okay, so the first one that came out is the hummingbird. This is interesting because what I'm getting in this is this fleetingness of things where, oh, okay, I'll say it how I'm hearing it. Like, there are been clues that something's not quite right. There's been flashes. That's why I'm seeing how the hummingbird kind of comes in, it's there for a second and then goes. And you know, if you're not fully paying attention, you might wonder, was that real? Did I really just see what I think I saw, or like experience what I think I experienced? And you could easily dismiss it if you weren't catching it or paying closer attention to it. I'm almost getting this vision of it out of the corner of your eye, and it's like it catches your attention. You're like, oh, wait a minute. And then somehow you're able to dismiss it within your own mind set. And yet there's something very important about the information that is maybe seems fleeting, but it keeps coming to you. So I keep getting that you do know. Hmm. Okay, so it's sort of pointing out the fact that it's difficult, right? Sometimes we don't want to see or don't want to have to acknowledge these things that we don't want to be the truth, right? When we would rather live in illusion, it can be quite difficult to integrate or align with what the truth is. And so this sacrifice is this willingness to sort of sacrifice the mind element of it and really go into the body element, the heart element of it. Getting, seeing through the fog has less about actually seeing through the fog and more about that internal navigating system of knowing that the fog is there and that there is wisdom in the ability to stand still. So this is about observation, having a greater sense of observation and understanding of the fact that what you feel is actually true. And it's about sacrificing the illusion that, oh, maybe it's not, oh, or being able to dismiss it, or hearing somebody else's story, oh no, that was just blah blah. Like, I'm hearing all of this like fluff. That's what is being shown to me. It's just like this blah 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 blah, and it might be in your own head, it might be somebody else, but it makes you dismiss. Oh, I didn't really see a beautiful hummingbird. It was just some flicker. It must have been something else, or maybe it wasn't actually real. I don't even know if hummingbirds are around here, right? It's like I'm getting all this like oh, there's a little bit of doubt. And again, I know these aren't what the cards mean, but I'm always reading with spirit, and they're always trying to just give me a place to start that then allows me to get the information necessary to pass it on. And so, what's going on, spirit, with this storyline? Where, okay, okay, so we have the Ten of Cups, and Ten of Cups, beautiful, right? It's emotional fulfillment. It's ultimately the goal. It's what we are wanting the illusion to be, is what I'm hearing. I want it to be that I'm just like one big happy group or family or, job or whatever. It's like mm, almost like gaslighting yourself in a way of like just like trying to convince yourself like, oh no, everything's great, everything's happy, oh yeah, no, I'm everything's great, everything's great. That's all I keep hearing is everything's fine, everything's great. But in reality, you're trying to hold everything together. There's a rigidness to this Chariot, right? These in this one, the Sphinx aren't moving, they're statues. And I'm just getting this as that position of just trying to hold everything together. Yep, everything's fine, everything's fine. And the illusion is based in this idea that everything's fine and that, oh yeah, we're just one big happy group or couple or friends or whatever. But there's an underlying devil energy to all of this that's taking place. There's more to the story. And again, the devil energy in the symbolism here, his eyes are covered, right? The illusion is that you don't want to see, right? You can't, if this is, it's like the fog, right? It's like you could clear the fog, but you don't want to, because the fog is what allows the illusion to take place or to continue. But deep down, you're not happy, right? When you're actually willing to like go into yourself and, really tap into how you're feeling, you're not happy with this. You know something's just not right. There is still hope, right? There's still some here, but you know that there's untruths in the reality that you're trying to live for others. Interesting. Oh, and it's fascinating because in this one, the three cups are spilt. In this one, the three cups are standing. So why? Okay, this is coming down to essentially your own energy system and how when you're investing so much energy in keeping this illusion alive that everything's fine, everything's great, you're overextending yourself, you're overgiving, you're overcompensating for other people's lack of water, right? They're not giving to the same capacity of you, so you're overgiving and it's depleting. And then, you're looking to be given more, right? You want to feel better and you're looking to source to be the provider of it, but it's like it has to be in your own world. You almost have to find the sources of this deception, of this idea that you're meant to give more, or somehow you're, what is this? They're more deserving because they're your partner, they're your kids, they're your whatever, lifelong friend, they're your boss, they're whatever. There's some type of reasoning in your mindset that makes it somehow justifiable to be overgiving to the point of being depleted and feeling, you know, lost or overwhelmed, drained, right? He's just like, oh, I can't even get that cup right now. I'm so exhausted. Is what I'm hearing from this card. Okay, and the way and the the advice in this is to reground yourself in yourself, really get back to the core of you and really think to yourself, like, what does it feel like to feel good? What would you what would you do if you were feeling good? What would that feel like? Can you tap that energy? Can you ground again in this energy of stability in yourself, where you're not in a position of, oh, what is this, um overcompensation, overcompensations for other people's lack. Like, their mindsets are lack and yours is abundance, right? Oh, yes, everything's great. So then they begin to rely on you for that abundance. Then you become the source of their abundance, and it's all up to you. And now suddenly not only are you responsible for your own abundance and happiness, you're responsible for everybody else's, and everybody else is on you, wanting you to provide that for them. And it's not your place. It's not yours to hold. That's the deception. That's the fog. The fog is the idea that you're somehow the one who must give and give and give. And I'm just seeing, it's like, I always call it black hole energy, right? It's somebody who's in a mindset of lack. They're not going to be able to appreciate and have gratitude for the abundance of love you're giving, because all they experience is lack. All they're going to want is more, and the more you give, the more they're going to want to take. And again, it's about you sort of drawing some boundaries, you rising up again in your own fire, right? That's the point of anchoring into your own self and your own knowing of your own safety, security, stability, and your own happiness, and that it has value. Your energy has value. Your energy has value. And that is really important. And when you can rise again in that knowing, the responsibility of happiness becomes your own for you. And you start to realize or recognize the places that they're just taking from you. There is a place that there is taking. It's a depletion happening that is just draining you fully of your own life force energy in terms of emotional well-being, happiness. You almost end up feeling like you're not enough in the end, because you just can't give anymore. You just, like, no matter how hard you're trying, right? But that's the point. That's what you have to rise up out of, this illusion that you can do something for somebody else. You can only do it for yourself. You can only make yourself happy truly. And other people who are depending on you for their happiness are self-serving, but you're not supporting their greatest good by doing so, because you're not allowing them the opportunity to find it for themselves. If they're relying on you, then they're not relying on themselves. And right now, the energy is all about sovereignty and rising in your own power and your own energy. And so taking on other people's and stuff and depleting your own is really detrimental to your well-being. And it's time to see clearly, right? The whole thing is about, the fog and starting to actually see clearly, and to not hide, and or to see what's hiding in the shadows, to see, it's hard. I know the visual I'm getting right now feels really difficult. It's like the blindfold falls down and you're sitting back and you're just observing, and you're just seeing what's been hiding in the dark or what you haven't wanted to see. And it's this draining, just this pulling of your energy and all of just, and this willingness to deplete you, right? You're not even being taken into consideration, you're just being taken. And it's not fair, is how I'm hearing it. It's not fair, and it's time for that to change, because you deserve joy. Right, the otter is so joyful, and it's, I am getting mother energy in this, like that. Maybe that who I'm speaking to is in a position of being a caregiver, whether that's a mother, a father, a child taking care of parents, or whatever scenario, even a teacher in a classroom, or a boss with a whole bunch of, whatever the energy is, you are the source that everyone's looking to for what they need. And yet you have to hold a stance of you're taking care of yourself and what you need, which becomes the example. And you deserve joy. You deserve to enjoy this job that you're doing too, right? You deserve your cup to be filled as well. And, it's about reclaiming your power. That's what this card is all about, is about reclaiming your power and bringing out or acknowledging the shadow part of yourself that feels like it needs to please others, and really facing that aspect of yourself and being like, no, I deserve to take care of myself. I'm going to take care of myself and my own well being. And in doing so, I'll be able to be my best. And then I will be able to see clearly, or I will be able to draw firmer boundaries. That's what I'm hearing. Draw firmer boundaries around my energy so that it just can't be depleted or taken advantage of. You deserve better. I can't, like, it's very clear, like, spirit's just like, no, this has to stop. She deserves better, or he deserves better. The energy is depleting, and you're meant to shine. You're meant to have that energy for yourself, you know and understand that, like, life is a mystery that you're meant to be a part of. You're not a slave to the game, is what I'm hearing. You're not a slave to your life. You're the master of it. You're the commander of it, and you're actually the leader of it. And that's part of the mystery, is how do I gain my position in my own life where I feel sovereign and I feel successful and I feel like my elements, my energy is working for me, so that I can feel the love all around me. That's the moral of the story. And that's a part of the fog, right? When we're being drained so much, when so much is going out and we just feel like we have nothing left, we don't feel that love. And then it makes me wonder, or makes us wonder why. And it's like, no, that love has to come from you. When you start to care about yourself, when you love yourself, then you can start to see the love all around you. Then you see the places where you are receiving that maybe you can't see because you're feeling, because the mind is so caught up in the story of, oh, everybody's always just taking. I'm just so exhausted, right? When we love ourselves and we begin to take care of ourselves, we start to see that, okay, that there is some love all around us. And, maybe there is a way that if I just have a little bit of a firmer boundary over here and over here, I can actually contain more of my energy for myself, which makes me feel better. And then as I feel better, I have more love to give. And as I have more love to give outwards, that love then starts to come back to me. And I start to feel a much greater symbiotic relationship with the world around me, instead of just feeling like I heard a blob, but I don't know, like, but I understand what that energy is. That's a very, like, exhausted, just kind of like, oh, like, you just can't do anymore, and you're not supposed to. You're actually supposed to do less, is the moral of the story here. But it's about boundaries, and that comes from inner strength, and that inner strength comes from inner love. And so the moral of the story here is that if you go within yourself and you really start to address the fact that maybe you're not okay or happy in what's happening, and maybe you do deserve something more, and maybe, most importantly, all I'm hearing is, maybe I do matter. Maybe I do matter. Maybe I matter most. If I am the center of this whole thing, then I must matter most in that whole thing. So I need to take care of myself, and my energy and my love and my self-care is so much more important, because if I'm thriving, then everything around me will thrive. It's symbiotic, from within so without. And so what you're feeling without can actually be addressed within, when you recognize what an amazing human being you are, and how much you do deserve to feel joy and love for life and for yourself. And so Spirit's saying, you've got this. This is easy if you're willing to look beyond the fog, by simply closing your eyes and going within and realizing the truth of the situation. And the truth of the situation is, you do need something to change. And what needs to change is the way you're thinking about yourself and your role in your life, and knowing that your role has the most value, and therefore it should be treated as such, especially by you. That's the message that I'm receiving. So powerful message. If it's for you, I hope you listen, because you are a beautiful human being and the world needs more people like you. And the only way we're going to have more people like you is if you are able to draw those boundaries so that your energy can resonate and vibrate at that high frequency that you're always meant to be at. It's a beautiful gift what you bring to this world. And so please, please, please go in, take care of yourself, see the value of who you are and what you bring to this world, and then stand by it, stand up for it, hold your ground for it, be stable and secure in who you are, and then go outward again. And you'll see the world will change with you, because you're that valuable and you are that important, that what's necessary for you is necessary for the whole. So have a great day. I hope this helps. And no matter what, know that you are a phenomenal human being. That's all I keep hearing. Like, you are a phenomenal human being, and you need to see yourself as such so that you can really provide to you what you need to thrive. Because as you do, everything around you will thrive too. All right. If you like this, like, share, and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Share this out. And if you have a question, a topic, anything you want me to throw out, or you want to throw it out at me and I'll see what Spirit has to say about it, please do. And I'll talk to you soon.